Hello and welcome back to YouTube.com, the only website where your ads can take up 4% of the screen. Twitch has never been really known for its love of its own creators, but it has been known for its love of making a lot of money and for being very scared when its creators threaten to leave. Most recently, Twitch changed its branded content guidelines for about 30 hours, and we will get into that and why that sucks. But I think first, to really illustrate just how little Twitch actually cares about its creators, we should take a brief look at one of Twitch's most infamous decisions, which happened this past September 2022, when they officially declared they would be maintaining their 50-50 revenue split. And this upset a lot of streamers and made a lot of people start looking at other platforms. For comparison's sake, YouTube streaming has a 70-30 revenue split with 70% of revenue going to the creator. Kick, a new platform we will talk about a little bit, boasts a 95-5 split with 95% of revenue going to the creators. And then you have websites like Rumble, in a weird and presumably desperate attempt to get people to go to their platform, have said that there will be no revenue sharing, that the creator gets 100% of all revenue, which I feel like can't be true, or if it is not sustainable and won't be true forever. Anywho, back to the historical context, let's talk about December 16th, 2020, when Twitch user Salty Wyvern posted on the Twitch forums with a post titled "Change Revenue Split Between Streamers and Lower Payout Minimums," talking about how Facebook and YouTube streamers get a 70% split from subscriptions, YouTube has the option to customize subscriber tiers, and about how lowering the payout minimum would help smaller streamers actually benefit from the financial support that their chat gives them. Now, I did and still do think that these would be great moves. It's a great move for streamers of all sizes, positively impacts the community aspect of Twitch and improves the relationship between streamer and viewer, and overall gives everyone more of an incentive to be on the site, to stream more often, to see more benefit, and also to watch and engage more because you see a more direct result of your contribution. And with all that in mind, Twitch declined. 2 years later, on September 21st, 2022, after 20,000 people voted for this idea, Twitch responded saying that they have no plan to change the standard revenue share. On this same day, Twitch president Dan Clancy posted on the official Twitch blog saying this: "When we first established a 50-50 revenue share split, it was to signal that we're in this together. You all do the amazing work you do to create great content, engage with your audience, and grow communities. On our side of that partnership, it's our responsibility to make continuous investments in the products and people that make your growth possible." So, in other words, you do all your work to make your content, make it the best that it can possibly be, and we will do everything in our power to hinder that progress by making sure that large streamers can't make as much money as they could, and removing access or restricting access to the money that small streamers could make. This was also the same letter where they announced that the payout threshold would be lowering to $50 from $100, which, sure, that's like one nugget of gold, or like not even gold, like one nugget of bronze in an otherwise pile of shit, because that is when the PR talk ends and they start talking to us in the most condescending way possible. "Our investments into your monetization options have already and continue to put more money into streamers' pockets than 20% more subs revenue share would have." Do you know what else would put more money into streamers' pockets? Doing what you're doing to invest in the platform and your creators, and also doing the 20% increase in subs revenue share. Prime subs often get lost in the conversation when it comes to revenue share. For Prime subs, we pay streamers the same amount they'd receive for a regular subscription, even though it's included as an added benefit of their Prime subscription. Oh, thank you, benevolent Amazonian overlords. I didn't understand. Why didn't you just say that streamers get $2.50 out of a $15 subscription to Amazon Prime? How is this a real argument? Lastly, we have to talk about the cost of our service. Fuck you. You're Amazon. Twitch alone made $2.8 billion in 2022. Amazon? Yeah, they made $514 billion in the same year. So please, do not talk down to content creators and tell us that we just don't understand how this works or where the money goes. You say here that live video costs are more than $1,000 a month for streamers who stream 200 hours in a month and have over 100 concurrent users in a stream, as if that's an argument saying like, oh, well, you know, each person's $1,000 a month. That's not true. Let's break that down. 200 hours in a month. Let's say the average person who gets 100 concurrent viewers streams for about 4 to 7 hours a day. Let's average that out, 5.5 hours a day. And let's say that person streamed 5.5 hours a day every single day, including weekends, including holidays, without fail, 5.5 hours a day. To get to 200 hours, you would have to stream for 36 days. The majority of streamers are not streaming for 200 hours a month. This is a fake maxed out statistic in order to manipulate people into looking at this and going, huh, this actually does cost a lot to keep this platform going. We should just let Amazon keep that extra 20% of the revenue share. Our bad. There should never be an instance of a multi-billion-dollar corporation telling its entire user base that A, you don't get it, and B, please cut us some slack. So after that, the ensuing shitstorm and Twitch deciding to go back to its regularly scheduled programming of screwing over streamers left and right, they decided on June 6th, 2023 to roll out their new branded content guidelines. These included, but were not limited to, on-stream logos being limited to 3% of the screen size, and no longer allowing burned-in video ads, display or banner ads, or audio ads. You can still discuss, endorse, and showcase products and include links or play sponsored games, and you can also add branded panels to your channel page still. But yeah, so you can essentially no longer do what most sponsorship partners require you to do in order to make money from the partnership, which led to everybody scrambling and freaking out, like fucking obviously. I understand there are different use cases, and I know that there are prohibited brand categories like gambling and weapons and drugs, but this move just doesn't make sense for content creators. It's overreaching. The only one that this decision benefits is Twitch, because they make more money. It makes these ad pathways through sponsored content a lot more restrictive, so that, as Carl Jacobs put it, it forces the hand of the streamers into allowing their partnership to go through them, meaning Twitch, giving them, meaning Twitch, a cut of the payout. Huns also commented, bringing up that Twitch Rivals events always have display and banner ads on screen at all times. Small Ant tweeted, also showing that Twitch isn't even following their own ad guidelines with larger logos on a banner ad. So all of that led to, in the same day, them coming out with this tweet, backtracking a little bit, saying that their new policy was overly broad, and essentially they say that Twitch was trying to prohibit third-party ad networks from selling burned-in video and display ads on Twitch, which is consistent with other services. But the problem is, what this looks like to everyone who wasn't involved in making this branded content guideline decision is that Twitch is restricting the one way that streamers can make money without Twitch taking a cut of that revenue, which is really shitty when you consider they are refusing to increase the revenue split at all, also refusing to incentivize creators in any way to make their money through Twitch. So when you tell us you're not going to give us more of the money that we've earned through Twitch, when you tell us that you're going to restrict the methods in which we can make money outside of Twitch, and you don't incentivize us to make money through Twitch, what do you think is going to happen? People are going to leave. And that's why you do see a lot of streamers leaving Twitch right now and heading to other places like YouTube and Facebook Gaming and Kick, which we'll talk about. And sure, yeah, Twitch rolled back the decision the next day. It doesn't matter, because the fact is that this situation happened, and it could happen again, but permanently, where they don't go back on their word. Twitch is on this warpath of poor decision making, which is why, like I said, people are looking for the door. But while YouTube and Facebook Gaming are appealing options because they are places where you could build an audience very similarly to how you would on Twitch, especially in YouTube's case, the problem comes in with the new guys. Let's talk about Kick. Kick is a new-ish platform built by Trainwreck that is heavily marketed and endorsed by Aiden Ross. If you don't know who Aiden Ross is, go watch the J. Aubrey video, because we do not have time for all that. Essentially, Kick has gotten into a lot of scandals in its very short time being online. Train confirmed that Kick is connected to Stake, which is a crypto gambling site, after hiding for a long time that they were an investor in Kick. Aiden Ross has streamed porn on the site, announced streams with the likes of Donald Trump and Andrew Tate, has called for the death of journalists and other streamers. And you may be wondering why I'm focusing on this one streamer, why I'm focusing on Aiden Ross. And maybe that has something to do with the fact that he's been the most vocal person about people moving over to Kick. Or maybe it has something to do with the fact that he accounts for 12% of the total viewership on the website. Controversial figures like Aiden Ross are moving to Kick in droves. And so are their communities, and that's important to pay attention to. People in those communities will be inspired to make content of their own. Kick started off as the anything goes platform, which is really appealing to people who like gambling and not safe for work content. They're pulling back on some of that a little bit, but they clearly don't mind being the controversial alternative to Twitch, especially because Twitch is making it so easy for them right now. Basically, all they need to do to be successful in this space is when Twitch fucks up, put out a statement or even a tweet saying, "We won't do that." That's it. That's all they need to do. But then, like I said, the problem is when a streamer moves to a new platform, their community moves there as well. And obviously, it becomes dangerous, because what if you have bigger content creators with all ages audiences that are moving over to Kick because Twitch sucks, but you have people like Aiden Ross and Trainwrecks and Destiny who have their audiences here already and are very controversial figures. What happens? Well, Kick is going to have to make a decision. It's going to be one of two things. One, Kick is going to have to stop branding itself as the anything goes platform. Because oops, now you got a lot of fucking kids walking around and Aiden Ross is yelling at gay people and everyone's gambling with cryptocurrency. If you don't rebrand, you have YouTube adpocalypse all over again, and Kick does not have the previously established capital to survive something like that. So two, they could just do nothing. They could not rebrand. And still, oops, you got a bunch of kids on your website. So you're gonna have a lot of kids, especially boys and young men, who are gonna be manipulated and radicalized on your shitty Andrew Tate website. Genuinely, I hope it's number one. I hope that Kick decides to stop branding itself as controversial. I genuinely hope that Kick is able to grow past what it is now. I don't think it should be the Aiden Ross site or the crypto site or the anything goes site or even the fucking we're good because we're not Twitch site. I think it should continue to push that it's creator forward. They should be monitoring closely what websites like YouTube and Facebook are doing right now and making sure that they are providing the most positive user experience for creators on their website. Because if Twitch fails and Kick is too shady to hold everyone, you're going to have a really clear divide where people are going to be moving to Google and Meta, like doing YouTube gaming, which is where you would see most people go because it's safer, but you have a little bit less creative control. Or you're going to be over here with Aiden Ross on Rumble, which... yikes. So I don't know what this means for the future of live streaming if Twitch can't get its shit together and start advocating for its content creators. But I will say this, it doesn't look good. So please, be sure to support your favorite creators through their Patreon or their merch store or whatever, or even just by watching and showing up. That's enough. Every little bit helps, especially when the platform that you're putting your content out onto doesn't want to lend its hand to your cause. Let me know what you think about the future of live streaming in the comments down below. There's a lot to cover. I know I didn't get to all of it, so let's have a productive conversation about it down there. Until next time, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you have not done so already. Be sure to hit that bell so you're notified every single time I upload a new video, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.